So continuing with notation, we're going to do an example quickly. So our f of x, function of x, is x squared minus 2x minus 3. And what we're going to do first is plug in a couple numbers. I don't think we need to plug in 1. We'll skip that part. So what we're going to do is plug in 0 wherever you see x. So this is the original problem here. F of x is x squared minus 2x minus 3. We're plugging in 0 for x. I like to use parentheses for multiplication. We have 0 minus 3 is negative 3. Now, in a similar way, we're going to plug in 2 wherever we see x. So we have 2 squared minus 2 times 2 minus 3. 2 squared is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. We get negative 3. Just coincidence. Now we're going to do something weird. We're going to plug in not just a number, but we're going to plug in an expression, 2x. The way I recommend we do this, think about if x ate a box. So we're not going to feed it the symbol x, we're going to feed it a box. What does it do with the box? Well, it's going to square it first. This may seem silly, probably because it is. Minus 2 boxes minus 3. So all we're going to do, whatever the input is, we're just going to put it into these boxes. So first thing we get, 2x squared minus 2 times 2x minus 3. Now we don't write math like this. We don't write boxes. What we write is parentheses. That's our grouping symbol in math. Now how do we square? Right here we're going to square. You can think about this as 2x times 2x. That's what square means. Minus, we can distribute this in. This is 4x minus 3. So we're going to have 4x squared here. Minus 4x minus 3. So this is our f of 2x. Still has x's in it because it took in an x right here. It didn't take in a number. So it still has x's in it. Now last up, we're going to do something really similar. Inside the boxes, we're going to put x plus h. So we're going to get x plus h squared minus 2, x plus h minus 3. Now I'm going to FOIL this out, distribute this across. So we get x squared plus xh plus xh, 2xh plus h squared. So I FOILed out x plus h minus 2x minus 2h minus 3. So this ugly mess is f of x plus h, and this is expanded. Now I want to simplify this down. Now, this is the expanded version right here. I'm going to use this version, and you're going to see why inside the difference quotient. It's going to get uglier before it gets nicer. So this big mess, I'm just going to take that and rewrite it down here for f of x plus h. X squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2x minus 2h minus 3. So this whole thing is f of x plus h. Now I'm going to write minus f of x. I'm going to make this negative sign extra bold, and I'm going to copy down f of x. We have x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now, if you leave it like this, this is not correct because I'm supposed to subtract the entire f of x right here. So I need to make sure I group it with parentheses so the whole thing gets subtracted. And this is all divided by the letter h. So now we're going to do some cancellation. Everything in here is going to become negative. So this is really going to be negative x squared plus 2x plus 3. So I'm going to do some fancy cancellation, and I'm going to use a different color pen for this. So we have x squared minus x squared. That's going to cancel out. 2xh, there's no xh over here, no h squared. Minus 2x, Now carefully, looks like we have a minus 2x here, but we really have a plus 2x. So minus 2x plus 2x. So those are going to cancel. And we have plus 3 minus 3. That's going to cancel. Now if you're not comfortable doing this, totally reasonable. What should you do? Just distribute the negative sign and then cancel out. What does that look like? X squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2x minus 2h minus 3 minus x squared plus 2x plus 3 all divided by h. And now we can see a little more clearly. Minus 3 plus 2x minus 2x minus x squared plus x squared. And what do we have left? 2xh plus h squared. And running out of room, I like to partition the paper off when I'm running out of room. And just so I can keep this separate. So we're going to have 2xh plus h squared divided by h. We have a lot of h's. It's very tempting to cancel out right now. I will show you how to do that, but I recommend you don't do that yet. So I'm going to slide over to here and sort of cheat with a big equal sign so I can write my next fraction here. What I'm going to do is factor out the h. So we have h, and I'm left with 2x plus h over h. So I just took an h out of here. Now I can cancel these h's. So we have 2x plus h left. If you're a very aggressive canceller and you are feeling more confident about your algebra skills, you can cancel this h very carefully. What it cancels with, one of these h's here. So this 2, I like to write that, turns into a 1. This h is going to disappear completely and cancel this h. So you're left with 2x plus h. Now I don't recommend this if you're not that comfortable with your algebra. I recommend factoring, canceling, and writing the final answer, and at some point in the future you'll feel better about your algebra. Now down here we're going to finally solve. Now nowhere up here did f of x equal a number. So this problem is solve f of x equals 5. How do we do that? We're going to take f of x right here and x squared minus 2x minus 3 and put it in for f of x. So how do you solve a quadratic? You want to be careful. Depending on how you want to do it, you could, probably the most common way is get everything on one side. So let's subtract the 5 over here. So it's minus 3 minus 5 is minus 8. And if we're lucky, we will be able to factor this out nicely. Hopefully I chose nice numbers. And I need to multiply to get negative 8 and add to get negative 2. So what is that? Let's see, I just made this problem up. Something like, it's going to use a 4 and a 2. Which one is negative? I need my minus 2, so the 4 is negative, 2 is positive. Now we are going to have the zero product property. 2 expressions multiply to make 0, which means either one could be 0. So this is the zero product property. And I'll go over this more carefully in quadratics. So what do we get? X minus 4 equals 0, or x plus 2 equals 0. And you can solve these very easily. Just add 4 to both sides. X equals 4, or x equals negative 2. And these are the answers here for solving f of x equals 5.